So you are in college and you're trying to figure out, how do I make the most money without having to have like a job that demands 16 hours of my time and it's going to drop my grade point average? Because there was a point of getting money in college and now you're sucking at college and actually failing in college. Okay, so in this video I'm going to break down the top 5 side hustles to do while in college to make some extra money, or real money if you want to. I'm talking about big bucks, without having to worry about, hey, my grades are going to suffer because I'm doing way too much work and I'm split too thin. No, these side hustles are going to allow you to, 1, earn money, and 2, also focus on your studies, which is always awesome. On top of that, when I was in college, guys, I was basically working 4 jobs. I was working at school as a financial work study at the Gap, you know, like Gap clothing. On top of that, selling phones and also reselling sneakers. And I was also even doing daily vlogging every single day, by the way. So I did all this stuff and I made money, yes, but I didn't have a lot of time, although I did maintain my, my credential in the president's list and also in the dean's list every single semester. So I never suffered when it comes to my grades, but I did make some money, and that is awesome. So I'm going to share with you guys all the info I got ever in this video. On top of that, guys, if you guys don't know me, my name is Bryson. I'm an accountant and I upload videos on YouTube every single day. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notified. On top of that, do me a favor, smash the like button. We appreciate it. And here's a question for you guys, okay? What are you going to use the money for? Is it investing? Is it balling out? Is it just going out to eat? Is it doing whatever you want to and having more freedom? Comment down below, let me know, because when I was in college, I used all my extra money to buy me sneakers, food, and also just spend it on very not so smart stuff. So comment down below and let me know, what would you do with this extra money you'll be earning if you do one of these side jobs? Comment down below, let me know. Now, the first thing I have to break down here, guys, is basically, you know, in every video on YouTube, they give you a list that you can find on Google very easily. Well, 1 to 25, you know, you earn this much, and they just looked up on Google. It's not really, you know, it's like, what is it about it, you know? But in this video, I'm gonna break down 5 categories and also give you examples to actually make money in each category if you want to. So the first one is gonna be internships, then side hustles, side jobs, and also investments, and most importantly, things you do just to make money. Just money, okay? So I'm gonna break everything down in this video, and it's not gonna be like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you make money this way. No, you can find that on Google if you want to. I wanna break it down and make sure everyone understands it. So here we go. The first one is side hustle. Is side hustle is something you can do while going to school, while having a job, whatever you want to do, because it doesn't really take away a lot of time from you, but it allows you to make some extra money on the side, which is always great if you ask me, because this way you can focus on school, your part-time job, and still make money on the side with a side hustle. So for example, you can either borrow ideas, steal ideas, or just create an idea yourself. Now here's some of my ideas on what I actually do and what I actually did back in the days to actually make some money from side hustles. By the way, these ideas are mine. You can't use them. I'm just kidding. You can use them if you want to, okay? Now the first one is this. I sold stuff on eBay all the time. So I would go to the flea markets, I would go to Goodwill, and I would go to my friends. I would sell their books also from school. So the whole point is, if you want to make some extra money on the side, you can sell things on eBay, and that way you don't have to worry about like, hey, it's too much time on me. You know, no. You get the items, you take 1 day to get the items, 1 day to ship them out, and you just make money like this. So it's very easy, not difficult at all. The second way I got money was basically doing wedding photography. Now, when I did it, I got like 200, 500 bucks, but I have a friend that actually does it still till this day, and he makes between like 500 to 1,000 bucks every time he does a wedding, and he does one like every 2 to 3 months because he has a lot of referrals built in now. So photography is basically a very good tactic to get some money on the side. The last one is actually doing online classes and courses for people that you can create your own and people buy from you. So for example, there's this lady that actually created a course on how to bake sourdough bread. You might say, Tommy, that's dumb, bro. Nobody wants that course. But in reality, this lady made around $60,000 in 1 year. Now, I highly recommend, because these are mine and these are my ideas, but if you want more options on what to do for a side hustle, I highly recommend you check out the book 100 Side Hustles by Chris Guillebeau, link down below. By the way, I also have an Audible link, so you can, if you want to, you can sign up for Audible and get this entire book for free if you want to. But if you want to buy, it's like on Amazon right now for like 15 to 20 bucks, so it's not that bad either. But they have over 100 ideas in the book to actually create a side hustle and how to do it and how to actually take it from an idea to actually take it from an income building idea. Not a hobby, but making money from your side hustle. There you go. That's number one. Now, the second way to make some money while in college and wanting to make some money because everyone likes money is actually by doing a side job. Tommy, isn't a side job the same as a side hustle? Well, no. A side job is something that you do to make money on the side, but it still requires a lot of your time. For example, when I was in college, I did the Gap. I worked there. That was my side job. But on the side, I also did reselling, and that was my side hustle that created more income for me, not based on the hours I worked, but based on my efforts, which is very different if you ask me. On top of that, guys, side jobs are very good in the way that the pro is this, okay? You get consistent income, but the con is that you get consistent income, but it's also based on your consistent time. So no time usually means no income. Now, from examples are these, okay? The first one is this. You can do Amazon Flex or Amazon Driver or like any driving service like Uber or like Lyft or whatever you want to do to actually earn some money on the side. For example, if you do Uber or Amazon Flex, you can earn between $15 to $25 an hour, which can mean like, you know, some side money for yourself and some pocket money every single day here and there, which is not that bad at all. You can also do tutoring, and I've heard about people that charge between like $15 all the way up to $100 for tutoring, depending on what you're teaching and what your ability and what your skills are. So sometimes you might have to pick a market, like for example, like piano tutoring lessons, okay? If you don't know how to do the piano, then learn how to do it and then teach it because you can make money like that also. So it's all about what skill can you teach, whether you have it or you don't, how do you acquire it, and if you have it already, how do you market it and do tutoring to actually make some money on the side? Because again, $15 to $100 is not that bad at all if you ask me. Now, the last one is not my favorite one, but I have done it in the past, and it's basically retail slash fast food. Now, I've been very good, in my opinion, that I haven't had to done like fast food, but I have done retail like the Gap in the past before, and even working in a supermarket when I was 12 years old. Now, this can make you some money, but I highly recommend, my tip is this, guys. I highly recommend you get this money from these side jobs and then use the money to eventually put it towards a side hustle to create more income for you, so then eventually your side hustle can become your main gig and you can use all this income here to live and not have to worry about doing some side job that's only based on your time and only pays you on what you actually do. Okay, I don't really like side jobs, by the way. Okay, it's not my thing, but you can do it if you have to, because everyone has to start somewhere. Now, the third one is actually internships. Some people hate it, some people like it, and I was one of the people that actually didn't really like it that much because I always heard, well, you know, if you do it, you don't really get paid, although you get experience though. And I was like, yeah, I'd rather sell sneakers and phones on the side and make some money instead of working for somebody else and not getting paid whatsoever just for experience. Well, the answer is this, you know, if you are in college, you're chasing your career, which is awesome, and you probably want to get experience, which is also awesome. So the pro is this: you can get a paid internship that pays you and also gives you experience, and the con is you can get a not paid internship that doesn't pay you, but you still get experience, which is still good for you in the long run. So, for example, I remember when I was in college, a guy came to me and told me, hey, Tommy, you know, I've seen your work. You record stuff, you vlog stuff. Isn't that awesome? Well, I have a movie I want to film, and I want you to also edit it and film it. And I said, okay, what's your budget? And he tells me, well, I don't really have a budget, but what I do have is experience to give to you. And I was like, hey, let's not talk anymore. We haven't talked since, okay? Because again, you know, you can't let people try to take advantage of you just because you are a student. You have to know your worth and set a price and a time value for your time, basically, okay? So again, people like that, they just want your time to give you experience, to give you, like, for you to do something for them. You kind of want to avoid that at all costs, and I don't really like that much. But again, you could do an internship that's around your job that might not pay you, but you're getting a lot of experience that will pay you eventually in the long run. Now, if you do an internship that does pay you, it doesn't have to be directly with your career, but it has to have some type of relevant feedback to it. So, hey, if I do accounting and I work at a bank as an internship, well, that kind of correlates a little bit, right? And I'm getting paid also, so that's awesome. So it doesn't have to be like, oh, accounting firm. No, it can be something that relates to it, just so you can also make some money on the side. So my main tip is this, guys. If you want to do an internship, I highly recommend you go on your school campus and ask them about internships that are available. paid and unpaid, and also go to Indeed and all the job sites out there to actually find internships out there that pay you and ones that don't pay you. Because again, at the end of the day, if you pick the right ones, you will get paid either today, the next day, or when you graduate, which is still good for you either way. Now, number 4 is by far my least favorite one. Tell me why? Well, it's because it's all about pure money. Now, these are things you do just for money. And no, I'm not talking about going to the black market and selling your organs. I'm not talking about that, okay? Maybe I am. Who knows? The kidney's worth like $34,000. Think about it if you want to. Don't think about it if you don't want to. But the whole point is this, guys. You can go out there and do jobs just for one reason: money. For example, when I was in college, I did video work, photo shoots, editing, a whole bunch of things that I didn't want to do just to make some extra money. Do I recommend it? The answer is no, and I don't want you guys to do this, but every now and then you might find yourself in a tight spot and you might have to get the work done even if you don't like it. So I don't recommend it, but sometimes you have to, and sometimes I had to do it also to make some money to get to the place where I am right now. Now, usually all I did was like edit for people I didn't really want to edit for, make content I didn't really want to make. So the whole point is this: you might find something you're not really like passionate about, but you still have to get it done to actually make some money and start something that you are passionate about, like a side hustle if you want to. Now, I know some people out there, for example, they do things like, go to a gentleman's club and dance there, and they don't really like doing it. They just do it for the money. That's fine. And people that work a job 9 to 5 all day for the rest of your life, and it's all about money, and it's all because they don't know what else to do. The whole point is this. My overall tip is this, guys. Whenever you do one of these jobs, please, please, please do not waste the money, because usually these jobs pay a lot more than any other job, because you don't really do them because, hey, I don't want to do it because I don't like it. But if you do them, I highly recommend you take that money, you grab it, you save it, invest it into a side hustle you can actually want to do, and then you make money on the side and you can stop doing those jobs you hate to do so much. So my whole point is this: jobs you don't like for pure money, sometimes you have to do them, but I highly don't recommend them if you don't have to. If I could do it over again, I probably wouldn't. Well, I had to, But the whole thing is this: sometimes you got to do what you got to do, man. And that's number 4. Pure money. You got to do it sometimes, and you want to make sure you hold that money, you store it, you keep it, and you flip it, and you make more money. That's what I did. So how do you get these jobs that you don't really want to do? Well, you go on Indeed, you go on all those job websites, like even Craigslist, and you're looking for jobs, any job out there really that pays you some money, and you just click apply, even if you don't want to do it, even if you don't like it, Now, I'm not telling you, again, don't go to the black market and try to sell your organs if you want to, but if you do, give me a commission, maybe like $20,000 is good for me. But the whole point is this, guys: go on Indeed, go on Craigslist, and I applied for everything, man. I got film jobs, I got side jobs for like when you go to a music video and you act. I did all those things that I didn't want to do, but I still did them to actually make some money on the side. So you can do them if you want to, and they pay me like around like $130, $150 a day, which is not that bad, but I highly recommend you don't do these jobs if you don't want to. Well, if you don't have to, not want to. Now, the last way to actually make some money while you're in college is by doing one thing. And well, I said 2 things. I said 3 things, right? 1, 2, 3. It's actually by doing one thing, okay? And it's actually called investing. Tell me, I don't have any money to invest. Well, I can say I get it, I understand, but usually you can get money to invest. How? I just gave you 4 ways to do it, 4 ways: side hustle, side jobs, and what is it called, internships, and also jobs you don't like to do but you get money from them. Now, number 5 is you grab all that money and you start to invest in it. So for example, guys, when I was in college, I was making between $2,000 to $5,000 every single month from my businesses and stuff like that. But the whole point is this: on the low end, I was making around like $2K on average. Now, if I take this $2,000, $24K every single year, and I times it by a number called 3, because I did a bachelor's degree in 3 years, because I did it like I didn't take any breaks at all. Well, that would add up to around $72,000, which means that today, that money would be paying me on average. I would actually gotten an average of around 2.35% on dividends, which adds up to around $1,692 every single year annually, just from dividends. On top of that, my money grows at around a 7% rate, which adds up to more money and more money and more money every single year. Now tell me, how do you invest? Okay, what do I do for investing? Well, if I could do it all over again, I would do what I do now, which is basically called Acorn. I invest in Acorn every single month, around $500. Link down below, and I even have a video on it that I show you exactly how it has been performing for the past like year or so, okay? Because I did it for 6 months, I made a video about it, but now I've been on it for the past like year also, and here's a picture of what I've actually done so far. Not that bad if you ask me. I run like a 5 to 6% gain, and on top of that I have over around like $6,000 invested in there, but every single month I put in 500, 500, 500, 500, and eventually this money will grow into a lot of money, and it's because I invest into ETFs, and there's really no crazy risk involved because I track the market. I don't try to beat the market. So the whole perspective is this, guys. If you're making money from side hustles, side jobs, internships, or even jobs you don't like to do, I want you to consider taking that money and invest in it, so that way in the future, not so far future as you think, you can grab that money and pay off your debts, because you probably will have debts when you graduate. You can pay off that debt or use that money for investing in the future also. For example, I owe around $20K in student loan debt. I could pay it off if I want to, but it wouldn't be the smartest thing to do because I can use that money to make more money. But if I wanted to, and if I had done it in the past, I would have had $72,000 saved up, and that money that makes from dividends could have paid for my student loans without me having to worry about my student loans. So there's always an option there. Make sure if you're in college and you're starting out, please, please, please invest your money. It's the most important thing you can probably do. So comment down below, guys, and let me know which one of these 5 ways is your favorites. By the way, any of the 4 ways I want you to do in combination with the investments. If you do side jobs, do investing also. If you do side hustles, do investment also. If you do internships, do investing also. And if you do jobs you don't like, then I highly recommend you do investing also, because investments will eventually be the entire foundation, so you don't have to do jobs that you don't have to do in the future. So comment down below and let me know. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, like the video, really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notified. And on top of that, if you want to talk to me one-on-one, uno a uno, just DM me on Instagram at Tony Bryson. And before I go, if you want to watch more videos, for example, the top trade jobs in the market right now, click this video right here. And if you want to subscribe to the channel right now, click my face right here. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and peace.